morning, everybody. Welcome back. We're back at it today. Going to be pretty much the same as we were yesterday. I'm going to continue working down here. Zach is going to run over to the other side of the property, and he's got to drag some fence out that's on the ground. And we're actually thinking about getting some of this stuff mowed down a little bit, having one of my buddies come over and do some mowing. But for now, I'm gonna pick a spot in here and start clearing some more stuff out.
say that's clean enough, huh?
Yep.
Cool, we'll leave it right there. You can push it out.
Yep, that'll work. Well, we're getting it in here. I kind of went out along the outside just a little bit this morning, and I've kind of been just working around in here today. Over here in this corner, we're tough to get in there. I did get the dozer around and pushed a little bit of stuff in here, but the trees are so tight in here that it's a little difficult to get the dozer in. And I don't want to go in here and cut all this stuff down. I'm gonna wait till my wife gets here today and let her actually kind of help me, guide me in how she wants some of these trees. So Zach's gonna go ahead and grab some of the bits and pieces that I could push out, but I can't really get behind him and push him between the trees. So Zach's working on that. He's gonna get back there and pull some of that out to where we can either get behind it and push it all up here, or we can either I don't know, we could mulch it all down here or something. But yeah, it's looking pretty good. This is actually turning out better than I kind of expected. I didn't really think about this piece of the property much. I love this little section of the property, but I was so worried about all the other stuff that all the other projects that we've got to get done that I didn't really give some of this stuff much thought. It really, seeing how this is coming along really makes me excited about over there on that tree line. When we start getting all that out of there too, it's going to open it up, and it's really going to be open and bright, and we'll be able to see all the big trees, and that'll be nice. I'm back, and we're going to figure out what we're doing with these trees. So I'm kind of torn about this. I don't know what to do over here, but you want to leave all those trees? Because when these trees you see all these little branches, when those branches get full of, when those branches get full, I'm trying to hear, Zach's over here talking about something. I don't know what he's doing.
He's listening to music.
Oh, okay. When all these branches that are down here are leaved in the summer, it's going to block this whole thing.
Well, I wouldn't take them all out. I would leave some of them, because that's kind of,
well,
the trees and the rock are kind of the beauty of it.
Okay, so here's what I thought. I thought that some of these trees are actually like a foundation for some of these rocks.
Right.
I wasn't going to take those out. Like, we could go along and manicure the bottoms of these a little bit,
I think that,
so the leaves were higher.
or some of like the really skinny, like that little tiny skinny one.
Yeah.
Take that out, but I mean,
Yeah.
It's another little skinny one, but I would leave some of the bigger ones, because that is kind of the beauty of it.
Okay.
The trees and the natural landscaping.
So I was going to come through here and take all this brush out, but I was going to kind of leave these nice, good sized trees that are, some of these trees are probably 40 years old.
That one tree's holding up the rock.
It seems that way, doesn't it? Well, and that it's got that tree so
bent,
twisted. I was thinking about actually going in there and cutting them 2 trees down just to get them out of there. I mean, it's not like it's holding that rock up. It's not doing that. So,
but yeah, I would clear this out. I would clear that out. But like these bigger trees and maybe those smaller little trees over there on the other side of the rock. But
so you're saying the smaller ones right there, get rid of?
Right, that little clump.
Okay. Ouch. Damn.
Like this little one, maybe get rid of.
Take that out.
But I would leave
those 2.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're leaving these 2 50-year-old trees. Okay. Yeah, that would thin a lot of the leaves out of that if we took those small scraggly ones out of there.
But I mean, some of the trees with the leaves is part of the wow factor, because that's how we first saw it.
Yep, okay.
I wouldn't take it all out just for the rock.
Yeah, and like I said, I haven't removed basically any tree. All the stuff that's in here on the ground was on the ground. I'm just moving it away.
I believe some of those little ones, but yeah, like this right here, the other one, no.
So I come through here. I made one swipe through here this morning because there's a, this is a pretty wide spot with no trees. And once I get this cleaned out, we'll have to, we really don't have to take any of these out. I don't think this is a part of the property that we're going to really be on. So, we can come down in here if it's clear, or not clear, but, cleaned up. But, so back in over here by the bank for the driveway, like in here where there's very few big trees through here, I'm just going to clear all that out of there just because it's just those weird bushy things.
Some of the smaller ones that are growing.
Well, listen, some of them little small ones, I can't work around them. They're just gonna.
Some will have to come down.
They're just gonna go.
Right.
So, but I'm not gonna take down any of this. I'm leaving all that, and I'm taking all this.
Right.
This, I don't know what this is. It's like garbage. So we're gonna. Is that okay? Yeah, I just haven't had time to come over here yet, but this will be easy because there's not a lot of big trees. I can just swipe right through here and take them off. Same thing up there. All that small shit, I'm taking all that stuff out of there, all the way to the bank.
Oh, look, they cleaned up. It looks a lot better now.
Yeah, it looks, especially when we get all this stuff off the ground where we've been working, it's right over there. So what we're talking about now is what we're taking out of here. Because eventually this is going to be an actual driveway. You can see we've been driving up and down here on side-by-sides for the last year. But we're kind of figuring out what we're keeping and what we're not. Did we pile this stuff up here? Did we do that with the skid steer? Because we had the skid steer and stuff up here.
Some of it, yeah.
Yeah. So eventually our plan is to come back here and what we're talking about is which one of these, what groups of trees that we're going to keep. Clearly we're not keeping any. This is trash. We're not keeping any of this stuff, but we're going to clean. All this is going to be completely cleared back. So this should be a straight shot right around that corner where Zach and I've been working today. Same deal here. We got to figure out, our main goal right now is we got to figure out where the driveway is going to go, because my proposal is to not have it where it's at right now. We want to kind of change it. So that would be, the upper level where I walked the other day. That's where that is. It's just coming around from a different angle of it. And of course, eventually everything in here needs to be cleaned out. All this trash. When I say trash, it's just these terrible, we got a dead tree right there. Obviously there's no reason for that to be standing there. Bunch of dead trees here we need to pull out, cut them up, use them for firewood. And I'm not going to walk all the way up there, but my actual proposal is to, that right there, you can actually see, that looks like a road. And there's logging roads through this property that I didn't even know were there. I've had people tell me, oh yeah, there's a road up through there. I'm like, there's no road there. Well, when you start looking and you start cutting trees down, there is. So what I think is, this comes out into what I would consider, probably it's 2/3 into our property on the top. What I mean by that is 2/3 of the property is over here and 1/3 of it is over here. What I think I'd like to do is not fill this back in. Don't use it as a road. And I think there's a road there, and it goes over more towards the edge of the property, I'm thinking about dozing that thing down and using that as the actual road. So what it does is it puts the road over on the very edge of the property maybe, and not in the middle. So we might be able to save some big trees up here if the driveway, and have them in the middle of the property rather than use it as a driveway. So we're gonna, obviously that's gonna be a project for another day, is to find out if we can actually doze that down and use that as our driveway rather than this, because like all of our driveways on this property, this thing needs to come way down, which means we got to dig down at the top, which takes part of the property away, and lower the grade. Over here, we don't care because we're actually going, you know, I mean, the property still runs that way a long ways, but this comes out to another flat section up here that's probably about, I don't know, it's a few acres maybe. And then where we're working over here, where you see that rock, well, there's another one of those straight ahead, right up there. There's another one of those, and it runs all the way down the property, way around there. So we'll end up getting that. We already been back in there. We'll end up getting that cleaned out too. So that's my idea for a driveway, is instead of having to drag, we'd have to cut this way down, which means we have to cut it way into where it's flat up there.
Yeah, but you're gonna have to cut that too.
Well, yeah, but then we're taking out the side of the property where we're not going to be. Here we're taking out part of the property where we're actually going to, you know, be using that part. So I think it might be smarter to come in over here, which obviously, heck, that road there, whatever grade that is, that's not nearly as steep as this is. So we'll figure that out. We definitely got some dead trees in here we got to get rid of. That one's beautiful. That thing in the summertime is going to be cool. All that stuff there, all them trees right there, they're horrible. They make a mess. We'll get rid of that stuff. A lot of cleaning up to do. We're going to have a lot of burn piles. All right, the camera's on, so don't be cussing a lot. Originally, we thought that I would bring the driveway up through here and basically between those trees and that tree. Mm-hmm. But now, since I've gotten in here and gotten some of this cleared, I've sort of changed my mind, and I wanted your opinion on you know where the driveway comes up down there and it makes the right-hand turn onto the property. Well, look down here. You see how there's kind of a lower level? You can see the difference between the level right there and the level up here. See that? See how that's down probably 8 feet from this level where that tree is?
Yeah.
Well, that's flat all the way around to the driveway. So what I thought was, this is not usable property for us unless we make it a driveway. I could go through here, cut a bunch of these trees down, and have the driveway come through here on this flat area. We wouldn't even be able to see the driveway, it'd be hidden then. It would come up right up through here somewhere and right around that tree over there. I'm thinking about putting my wash station right here, where this is all kind of cleared out and flat. Which you remember when we were here and we had remember, I don't know, it was 6-8 months ago, we had the skid steer and stuff up here. Remember when we cleared this out? We see how the grass has grown in here in that time? Mm-hmm. So what I'm thinking is, if we have the driveway come up all the way down there, all the way to this tree line, we have nothing up here. It's just nice. That's what I'm thinking. What I'd really like to do is to have the driveway come up where it's at. But the only reason why is because you're saving a bunch of trees. But realistically, if the driveway comes up here, then we're going to have to cut all the way. The driveway's going to come on this part of the property. I mean, I think it's more reasonable to put the driveway down here where you can't even see it. And we wouldn't use this anyway. We could actually use this part of the property for something. have the driveway come around here, right in through there, have the wash station here on the left side of the driveway coming in, halfway between you and I to the tree, have the driveway coming in, maybe.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking, I'm just trying to come up with different, since I've been here looking, I've come up with a bunch of different ideas on how we should do something, but, obviously I want your input on how it should be. We had a bunch of trees that fell down in here, and we pulled them up here, and then you can see over there we've been cutting them. We've been the real straight pieces of like pine. We've been cutting them up in 6-foot and 12-foot pieces so we can debark them, and we can actually use them for posts for stuff and stuff like that.
Yeah, those are nice. So
it'll be nice to get all that cleared and start heading back into there. That'll be cool.
Yeah,
so
because that's the part we actually need first.
Well, yeah, once we get back up in there, we got to make a driveway and we got to get up in there. But like I said, there's no reason to go up there when it's so wet and raining that we can't, it's hard to work. It's beautiful now, completely dry, but it hasn't rained in a week. Next week, it looks like it's going to rain again. Probably in about 4 weeks, it's going to be tapering off enough to where, this won't be a problem. All right, Zach's got me some piles here that I couldn't reach. I'm going to start pushing piles along. And I think Zach's gonna come up here and thin out what Gidget wants thinned out of here. We'll start cutting that stuff down now. That's one way to do it. Got that one down. Well, we still got plenty of work to do. We still got plenty of work to do in this area. It's a big area right here, but I kind of feel like if we worked here for another day, we would probably have all this stuff out of here and be done. We've got a lot cleaned up down here. We got some stuff here we haven't taken care of yet, but we do have a bunch of piles that we need to get out of here. You can see that we've got it thinned out in here big time. Zach just cut some trees down in here, and we're getting that thinned out. And basically what we're gonna do is, once we finish this over here a little bit, we're gonna start going around that corner. And when we go around that corner, it is way thicker than what it was in here. It's really dense in there. So there's no trees in there probably that we're gonna save as much as this stuff. So there won't be as much spinning around trees trying to grab the brush. So going through there will be easier. It's just going to be like straight shots, taking stuff out of there. But we'll see how that is when we get over there. I'm not sure 100% what we're going to do. And tomorrow looks like rain. So we're not sure about what's going to happen with that. All right, y'all. We're putting stuff away. We're gonna run everything over there and leave it over there because it's probably gonna rain tomorrow. So if it looks like the weather's gonna be halfway decent, I might come down here and maybe wash stuff. Maybe not, I don't know. So the wrap up for today is easy. We moved brush, cut down a couple trees. Did the same thing all day long, so that's it. So listen, everybody, I appreciate you watching. Watch every 2 or 3 days. I should be getting videos up. We're having a great time, and we appreciate everybody watching. So listen, for more substandard YouTube content, I'm your guy. Doing stuff I got no business doing. And we're having a blast doing it. Good night, y'all.